All right, we are live from the Sioux Falls Ice Show. I am here with Jason from Black Hole Outdoors. We're excited to show you guys the newest ice shack that they have this year, answer your guys' questions. So thank you for tuning in. We're really excited here. So as we get warmed up and we have people hopping on, I know I didn't give a lot of heads up for this. Please drop in the chat who's here, who's tuned in, start asking those questions. We'll give it a couple minutes here. I'll let Jason introduce himself, and then we'll jump into the new gear for this year that I know you guys are really excited to see, the new shack. And then the giveaway will be at the end of the stream. So go ahead, let us know who's here. But first, Jason, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for
looking forward to this. Tell us a little bit about you and Black Hole Outdoors before we jump in.
My name is Jason Geis, one of the founders of the Black Hole Ice Shacks. We built this product about 5 years ago, and my partner and I brought it to market, and it's just blown up ever since. It really hits home with some of the people in our industry. I mean, Alex has fished out of them for years. He's been staying in them in 20, 30 below weather, like in the woods, filming and giving you guys all kinds of cool context. A lot of cool things with the company this year.
Just give us 1 second. You can tell we are in the Sioux Falls Ice Show right now. You'll probably hear this a couple of times.
Yeah, we'll pause during it.
All right.
So for those who don't know what we're about, we're a hybrid fish house shack combination between your flip over and your drop down axle. So what we did was we took your drop down axle frame, like an ice castle, and put a soft top flip over on it, which allows you the space you need to haul your four-wheeler or your side-by-side and still be able to fish in comfort, get off the ice, easy transportation on and off the lake. When we set up, we usually are out on 8 to 10 inches of ice, depending on what you're comfortable with. I pull up to the lake, I unload my four-wheeler or side-by-side. Once I have it unloaded, you usually need 3 to 5 minutes, I'd say, to let your four-wheeler warm up. In that time, I'm able to hook my trailer up to my four-wheeler, set it up, and put all our gear in it. My kids, my wife, everybody that's fishing with us has a warm enclosure to ride around on the lake, whether we're hole hopping, whether we're running and gunning, whether we are just sitting down on a shelf and hanging out for the night.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. We're going to jump into showing you guys the new shack here in a second. But if you are new to this, for some reason you haven't seen any of the content on my channel, look for Black Hole Outdoors, Black Hole Ice Shack on my YouTube channel, and you're going to see a ton of content. What I absolutely love about it is the lightweight. Each year that I've used it, which is the last 2 years that I've used the Black Hole Ice Shack, I've been able to get out on early ice and do ice camping farther out because I can bring a wheeler out. And this just looks like a snowmobile trailer to the resorts that are letting you out on the lakes, like Lake of the Woods, Red Lake. And so I can get out with this to ice camp before anybody else can. They think I'm crazy, thinking that I'm going to camp overnight on a trailer, but they don't realize it flips up. So it truly is a differentiator for Black Hole Outdoors. And you stay warm. You guys can see I've done a lot of camping in it. So without further ado, we're going to say hi to the people that have tuned in here. So make sure if you're just tuning in, let us know who's here. Michael Gates, thanks for hopping on. Excited to see this year's model. Yes, us too, in terms of showing it to you. Mike, ready for the ice fishing season? Yeah. If the weather would get a little cooler, we can start making a little ice.
Yeah, hopefully. I know in the past years, it's usually been Thanksgiving weekend. People are walking out on red.
Yes.
I don't know if that's going to happen this year.
It's going to be an interesting year. I think the last week of November going into December is potentially going to be a really cold week. So we'll see. But I don't think, Thanksgiving is going to happen. Alec, nice to have you here. Love the videos with some time in the Black Friday deals. Can't say I've ever used a Black Hole Ice Shack, but I'm looking forward to a new shanty. Awesome. I think you're going to enjoy this. High Tech Redneck, how's it going? Jammenberg, nice to see you here. Zach, Barry, we got a bunch of you guys here. So thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I'm going to hop on my phone now, and we're going to have Jason walk us around and show us the new
Should we
Shack.
let's do a walkthrough on our shack itself, so people see the changes that you implemented. What was it, 2 years ago? The
Yep.
first year you came in and said, "Man, if we could do this, add some vents, if we could add a propane tank port," and you did that year-end in review video.
Yeah.
I uploaded that video, sent it directly to the manufacturer, and they were able to implement that in time for last year's covers. It was amazing. It was like, that's what we look forward to when we work with you, is the true, honest grit of what we can do better. And we were
That's
able
great.
to implement that instantly.
It's awesome.
So let's go through the cover. We'll do that. Then we'll show the ice suits, and then maybe some more people will get on there. And then we are ready to reveal our newest model moving forward as a company. I think you guys are going to love it. It'll answer a lot of questions that we've been asked for the last 3 years. So let's go do it. Come on, guys.
All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me here. I am following Jason around.
All right, guys. So this here is our 6.5 foot by 12 foot shack. This comes standard on our Sasquatch 12-foot frame and our 14-foot beast frame. You guys know that, those who follow us. Some of the changes that were implemented so quickly because of Alex Tibbs' help were these venting in and out of the shack. Whereas before we just zip open our doors, or we would crack the windows. Not that hard, but this just makes everything so much smoother, cleaner, and easier to do. Another big thing that Alex thought was a good idea would be to implement more flaps to cover our corners to get a better seal. We used to have just that single row, which was fine, every dandy. We have, our pipe is encased into the cover itself, so there's always a good seal there on the trailer. But we have noticed daylight in the shack from time to time. So what we did is we went and added another row of magnetic flaps to cover those seams, as you can see. So it completely blacks it out, completely seals it away from the elements and with the wind, and in that sense. So.
That's great. You did propane hose too?
Yep. So one thing, he said, "Man, how cool would it be if we could just run a hose in?" We got you covered. Run it in there, Velcro when you're not using it. On the inside, comes through down here, and you have yourself a little tube with a cinch rope. So once the hose is in there, you just tighten it up, seals it out, good to go.
It's awesome.
Another thing that was really cool, a very simple thing that we're working on, was our license plate holder. Some states require them, some don't. You're going to leave it out or you're not. Very simple. Your name, your number, all that in there slides right in there. Take your pen. You take this off and bring it in with you. You don't have to worry about it in that sense. So those are the things that Alex has made easy for us to implement into our covers, into our shacks and stuff. So as you can see, it's our 6.5 foot by 12 foot shack. Plenty of room. Door in the front, door in the back. 4 windows on each door. Full thermal insulation, replaceable, removable windows. We offer screen kits for these if you're doing some summer camping. So you can take these out, put a screen in.
That's great.
Yeah, so we also offer non-insulated camouflage and black covers, whether you want to out of them or camp out of them. You can see all the quick clean products hanging around in here at the show. We set this up on the ground this year instead of on a trailer to show how simple and how versatile you can use the covers. There's guys out there that are doing this without a trailer. They'll throw these on a snowmobile trailer, run out to the lake, set it up, and they're fishing right on the ice on it. There's guys that have their own trailers and they're looking for something to do with it. We sell them as a kit. You can just manufacture and finish work your own trailer. All you really need to do is add the bracket that we provide to you to your trailer. It's 4 holes, 2 for each bracket. You bolt it down. DIYer, we can work you through it. So I know you guys have seen our ice suits been out on the market a little bit. So we went with.
So how many years ago did these come out? Was this last year? Last year.
We came out with these super lightweight, super warm. I'll be honest with you, our demo, I stood out in the cold for about 31 minutes, I believe it was, 21 below with cold with windshield. And just wanted to see how long it would take to get cold. I never really did get cold except for the back of my wrist because I didn't have gloves, but I just threw them on and standing out in the parking lot like an idiot. But it was a good time.
And this is what we're giving away today.
One of these.
One of these.
If you're not lucky enough to win one, you can always buy one on our website at theblackholeoutdoors.com. We have them on there, show price special for $249. Full bibs.
Yeah,
Jacket and bib.
One thing that I really like about this is you get the jacket and the bib together at a price that you can't literally beat anywhere else in the market right now. This is not a float suit. However, I wore this last year. I have one and I love it. I wore this on that day. If you live in Minnesota, you know that day last year where it was like negative 45 wind chill, in blowing snow like crazy. We got a foot of snow. I was out for hours plowing my driveway, neighbors' driveways on my four-wheeler with my plow on it. And this is the thing that kept me warm. I was sweating inside of it. It was so warm.
It's crazy how light and warm it is.
Yes,
I wear
it's a
mine
great suit.
snowmobiling.
Snowmobile, yeah. Yep.
When I go snowmobiling, I take my hood off because I'm usually doing speed limits of 50 miles an hour, we'll say. And I'll remove that so it's not flapping. But, I mean, for the price, you can't beat it. People ask me, is it a float suit? I said, no, but it's warm.
That's right. It is very warm.
$600.
And it's got a pretty cool color.
Yeah, I can grab one. I'll grab one out and we'll float. So, we got things.
Drop your questions down in the chat. We're going to go back to the computer here after we get through the rest of the stuff here, answer you guys' questions, and we'll do the giveaway at the end. But the back, nice.
Reflector up on the hood. Super lightweight. You got sleeve collars in here. Adjustable straps on your wrists. I'm not sure what size this is, but I'll throw it on. Must be the 2X. This is a 2X. And I'm usually an XL guy, so I got plenty of room to move around. Not a problem. So zippers.
Really nice.
Pockets here. These are the pockets. This is where my hand got cold. Is just a little bit right there. So we'll talk about it there. Pockets there. Pockets there. You got a nice little big old pocket right here. You got a sealed pocket here.
Tons of pockets.
Yeah. Pockets on pockets. I mean, it's insane. I'm already warm in this.
All right.
Bibs, man. These bibs are awesome.
What else do you got to show us today? The bibs.
Check these bad boys out. Full logo down the front. You're like me. I'm usually wearing these for a little while, and then I'm taking them off in the fish house. Got your pockets in the front. Got your pockets, more pockets here. Full padded knees. If you're hole hopping and you're running the gun and outside, your knees ain't gonna get stored. You're not gonna get beat up.
Good
really
padding.
Firm, really warm, really comfy. And for those that like to sit for a long period of time, got a padded butt. Reflections on the back, bright colors. Yeah, I mean full bib suit, $249. I don't think you can beat that.
No, $249. That's a crazy good deal. Cool.
Wow. How many people we got watching?
Right now there's 25, but it
All
keeps
right.
fluctuating.
It keeps fluctuating. So, in the past, you guys, we've constantly heard the same question. Will my tracked Ranger and my crew cab Ranger fit on the Beast? And our answer has always been the same. Yes, it will fit on the Beast. But you might have to jockey your cover around. You might have to move it. You might have to unpin it, put it on after you load. It all depends on what you're running. We took serious consideration into that question for a long time, and we decided enough was enough. So for this year, we have came out with our new model, which is the Beast Extreme.
The Beast Extreme.
Yes, the Beast Extreme.
I love the name already.
So here it is, guys. Crew cab Maverick, 1,000 on there.
That's a crew cab Maverick. He said, I don't know if you guys could hear it. 1,000 on the trailer, and we can see he's still got the cover in the boot, the canvas in the boot cover, with the wheels not on top of it, behind it, and it fully fits on the trailer. and he's got a little bit of room. They walk around, even behind it, for it to strap on. Pretty awesome. All right, Jason, tell us what's new about this. What makes it like what's the size of it?
So, most important difference between this and a regular beast is the 2-foot extension. We went to a 16-foot by 6'6" trailer. We went to a 3-foot front V on this one versus our standard 2-foot front V.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's a lot more space, longer ramps for easier load and unload. We went to the standard size 4x2 square tube frame with our 5-inch rear bumper. So we're oversized the frame to 4 and 5 by 2 versus our standard 3x2 we were running on our Sasquatch, Beast, and Littlefoot. And we didn't even stop there. As you can see, this is a double stacked frame. We ran your 4-inch where your axle runs through your tube. We thought we should reinforce that and beef it up. So we then again went and added a 2x3 3/16 wall skid rail on both sides.
A skid rail.
Yes.
What's a skid rail?
So the skid rail, it helps you to, one, make minute changes to where you're fishing without cranking up your shack. A lot of us have been out there, we just drop and go, realize we're 10 feet from where we want to be. Pull your lines, drag it.
Wow, that's awesome. So you can actually drag this one, and it'll pull along these skid rails. And there's one on either side of the trailer. Drop it down to the ice. Got to move 10 feet because you missed your crib or whatever you're trying to get on. Just hook up to the front of it, which this looks heavier duty up here,
Oh yeah, it's way heavier than me.
and just pull it with the machine that you pulled it onto the ice with.
Yep.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal thing. That gave us the rigidness we needed to keep our flatbed platform.
That's awesome. And then here's another look before we forget on the front V. So he's got these diamond plate salt shields that are the ramps to get onto it as well. So they pop out and they go onto the back. That's what you can drive up. I've got a lot of videos on the channel showing that. And then you can see 3-foot V. So it's 3 feet from the front to the cross where the floor starts for the 16-foot.
So you're actually
trailer.
Looking at a total of 19 feet long with the V.
19 feet with the V. And then, of course, you've got the tongue in front of it here. That is awesome. This thing looks sweet. So tell us, this thing looks really beefed up in the front here. What's new about this? I see some gadgets here on the side. What are those for?
So going with the bigger units that everybody's offering in the market now, we realized how important it was to have a higher GVW. We've always GVW'd our standard models at $29.90. They qualify for a lifetime sticker in Minnesota. A lot of our products aren't staying in Minnesota. So to handle the load that we were applying to this thing, we definitely wanted to implement electric brakes. We're running a 4,000-pound GVW now. The unit itself weighs 1,600 pounds. So on paper, it'll haul 2,400 pounds. Your load. So most of the crew cab and track rangers, you're in that 18 to 2,200 pounds. So one of the most important things that we did, we went and built off of GS's standard 16-foot by 6'6" frame and made the changes that we wanted to see for our application, which would be the rear bumper to protect your floor, which houses your industrial grade tail lights and marker lights. And it allowed us to go to a 4-foot ramp in length versus our standard 42-inch ramp. So you have a longer sweep to it for loading and unloading.
That's awesome.
Yep. We went to the, as you can see, notice this. This is your 2-speed high and low crank system with your handle. So you can switch from your high speed to your low speed. depending on how heavy your load is.
That's awesome.
What's also cool about that is Easy Up makes an adapter for your drill that's slotted to fit right on here. Put it on there, boom, zzz, you're up, you're down. You can use your drill.
That's a great idea.
We got those all the way around. Heavier duty stainless steel cables. Went to a 16-inch tire and rim versus our 15-inch with the 8-bolt pattern.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, very nice. I do believe the 10-ply tires. Tire size is actually, I believe, a 235/80/16. So we got plenty of ground clearance for what we're doing. I know there's a lot of ridges on the ice. When you get one on and off, help clear that.
That is great. No, this thing looks beefy. I know that we maybe broke up there a little bit for some of you guys. Our Wi-Fi here is like any normal conference, spotty at best. So we'll kind of go back through here a little bit. I don't know what cut out, what didn't.
We're froze up there.
I'm not sure if that one's showing it right. So we've got the tongue up here, heavy duty. He's got the upgraded winch where we've got a high and a low speed. And then we've also got a braking system. So this thing has brakes on it this year. I'll have a real video on the channel here too, coming up that will be walking through it all in higher definition and whatnot. But this is the new Beast Extreme from Black Hole Outdoors that they're launching this year for the 2023-2024 ice season. And it's hot off the presses, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Like this thing is just right off the line.
Right off the line.
And like if you have a crew cab side by side, this is the one that you're going to want to use. And one of my favorite things about the Black Hole Ice Shacks is the year-round usability of it. You can obviously use it as camping for hunting and whatnot. But what I really like about it is this huge flatbed. This is the same floor that you see in the core shacks. It's the IntelliCore floor. Very, very heavy duty. Again, I know I keep going back to it, but if you've seen the videos that I have the last couple of years on the channel, you know this thing holds up to just about anything. So uses a flatbed trailer, season around, whatever you need to haul on it, you can pretty much get on it. So this is great. Jason, anything else, or do you think we're ready for Q&A?
I don't think I missed anything. If you guys have any questions, we'll sit down and do a Q&A. I'm sure I missed something, but likewise, we're always at the show. We always got things for sale. We got a couple of our Nordic Legend augers left that we're selling here at the show. We got some of our power boxes that you guys have seen us play with. Everybody's been with, you got the Black Hole Ice Shack branded power boxes. Usually sell for $119 on our website. They're $100 now at the show price. That converts your battery down to 13 volts. Just, oddball mix and cranny things that you see here at the show. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're going to go take a seat, and we are going to hop back on and do a Q&A. So just give us 1 second to get rolling there. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear us. Let me know down in the chat here. Can you guys hear us here back at the table? I'm going to get us off the phone so we don't have echo. Give me 1 second.
You could still hear but not see. Fixed now.
All right.
All right. What did you guys miss?
Okay. Yes. Okay. So we're good now. So it was earlier. Those were from earlier when the video had dropped out. So I think we caught that. So just to recap, Beast Extreme this year is the new Ice Shack from Jason in the Black Hole Outdoors team. We are at the Sioux Falls Ice Show right now.
Yes, sir.
Jason, if people want to check this out in person, where are you located that they can check it out? Where else can they look at it? Are you going to be at any other ice shows too?
We will not be at any other ice shows this year.
Okay.
We did everything we could to get to as many as we could. Sioux Falls still St. Paul still has a wait list to get in there. It's not like we can get in there with the 10x10 booth. So we're still on the wait list for St. Paul. We do have some dealers in the area. You guys can check these things out. If you're in North Dakota, there will be one there shortly at River City Sports. There should be one on the lot at Keepers RV in Mankato soon, and any other dealers you can find on our website. They will have them and pricing available there. We also have them available to check out in our Wadena location where we manufacture them, and we have our small showroom floor.
Awesome. Great. So yeah, so look up Black Hole Outdoors online to find their location there in Wadena, and reach out to them, let them know what you're interested in. This isn't the only one they have. This is just the newest one. So they still have those other models. So if you're looking for something smaller, you don't need anything quite this big.
Yeah.
They have those available as well. I know I have not used this one. I used the Beast last year. I used the Sasquatch the year before, and I love these things. So I'm sure you guys will too. All right, let's go ahead and jump into some of the questions. I'm trying to star them as we go, Jason. So I'll pull them up on the screen, and I'm going to keep going through. The first one here is from Jammenberg. What would be great is how Otter has a flip over for a Polaris side-by-side, the same thing for standard truck bed sizes.
Yeah, we've heard that.
Yes.
We've heard that. We got a couple of cool ideas that might be in the mix. I'm not going to promise anything. As you guys can see with the way the world flipped upside down a couple years ago, R&D and material has been a nightmare. So that's really been a hold on a few different ideas that we have. But I would say within a couple of years, that might not be the abnormal.
Good question. All right, we'll go ahead to Barry. Can any four-wheeler pull these?
Yeah, they do have a little bit more tongue weight to them than our standard Littlefoot Beast or Sasquatch. My recommendation is if you're running a four-wheeler, you're going to be better off with one of our other models. This is strictly designed for those guys that are running their crew cab track Rangers, really rocking hard, big units. And if you don't need it, you're kind of getting yourself out of that element of where we're at on that. So I would recommend if you're going to run a four-wheeler, you're going to get the same fishability, lighter weight, and easier maneuverability out of one of our Sasquatch or our Littlefoot model.
Good question. John, we'll be at the show tomorrow. Can't wait to check it out in person. So it sounds like John is going to be here tomorrow. Check it out. Yeah, I think the show's open till 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Yep, show closes at 3 tomorrow.
So stop on by. Thanks, John. And another John Miller. Sounds like I need a new jacket and bib. Greetings from North Dakota. Last year had a wind chill of -61. Sounds like it should keep him plenty warm.
I think you'll be all right.
I think you'll be all right. Make sure you bring a heater or two. Temperature's that cold, you never know what can happen. You don't want to be without a heater, so make sure you bring a couple. Yeah. But you'll be fine, especially if I think the coldest that I've been on wind chill was in the -50s over the last couple of years, and it worked just fine. So what I did, if it's helpful for you, is I had a Big Buddy heater. You can get the 18,000 BTU Heat Hog 2, or I mean, there's not really many other brands, but bring a big one of those, 20-pound tank. And then I brought a small one just to have by the door, because going out to go take a leak, come in, that gets chilly over there. And so just a small little
bang
one.
This guy's been drinking, he was taking a lot of leaks.
Yes, that is very true. So yes, make sure you bring a couple of heaters, bank it in really good. So when you get it down, make sure you have your flaps down good, throw that snow, bank it in really good. Make sure you don't see light below the bottom, and you'll be fine. Make sure one other trick that I recommend, it's not really a trick, but if you're new to it, you may not know it, face the trailer into the wind if you can.
Yes.
That's going to allow you to make sure that you're not getting side wind, trying to blow the canvas in the side. If the nose is in the wind, there's less canvas being blown on, which means it's going to go around you a lot easier and keep more of that heat inside too.
Yeah, and the salt shields do a great job of cutting that wind at the base too.
Yes.
So
yes. All right. Ed, I really like the colors of the suit.
What do we got to do to get you into one, Ed?
Reach on out, Ed. All right.
You know how to get a hold of us. We'll take care of you.
Do you offer pants or only bibs?
Right now we have them as a kit price on our website for $249.99. And if you're interested in just the jacket or the bibs, I would say reach out to me personally at the Black Hole Ice Shack's Facebook page, and I'll see what we can do for you.
Awesome. Quentin is asking, will a CF Moto 1000 XL fit? Is his question. It's a 6-seater. Yes, it will. I'm 100% sure. My buddy bought the CF Moto 1000 XL last year and put it on a Beast, but he can't have the canvas on it. And so now with this one, 2 feet longer, you're going to be able to get it on there with the canvas. So absolutely.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Yep.
He's always product testing.
Yep. And I'm sure if my buddy that bought that Beast last year is seeing this video, he's kicking himself because now he's probably going to want to upgrade to the Beast Extreme. So that way he doesn't have to take the canvas off. What's the Space Max for tracked rides?
We have 2 brackets that are bolted down to your trailer. They are 76.5 inches on center. Across, maximum width is going to be roughly 74 inches. I do believe the Polaris Rangers are now running 72 3/4 inches outside edge to outside edge. One thing that you guys will notice, like, what's really cool about our product and the way it's designed is that this boot you see this huge boot cover and the shack's laid down in the front, and you're wondering, okay, how far can I run on this? It's very simple. You can feel all the way around where your pipes come up the side of your trailer, and then they make it away around the front to the cross. Once you establish that ground and that footprint, you know how much of the cover you can drive onto and park onto. So after about the second time of loading, you should have a really good idea of how well it's going to fit. Where's your boundaries, where you can and can't go on that. And we understand mistakes are made and people might, slip off the brake, maybe hit the gas. Don't worry about it. We got plenty of pipes in stock. If you ever need one, we can take care of you.
It's awesome. All right, Utah Mike again with what's the smallest machine to pull 4 to 8 inches of snow? What's the smallest machine you've had pull one of these?
I've used our 4-wheeler that we have, which we have loaned out to various organizations, is a 450cc Kodiak Yamaha with the RS4 Camso tracks, which are the 8-inch wide tracks. I have pulled our Beast through slush pockets a foot deep, no questions asked. It's all about really how far do you want to push your limits, and if you have the capability of getting out if you do get stuck. But I'm very impressed with it. I mean, we have a very small 4-wheeler, very skinny tracks, and we're running and gunning anywhere we want. I remember 3 years ago, there's huge slush pocket issues all over. That's where I'm going to go. And if I get stuck, I'll deal with it later. We got through it, turned around, got set up, fished, came right back out the same way we went in. So it's really, I would love to see the smallest version of any kind of machine pulling this. If you guys are out there toying around with one of our products and you got a video of you pulling this thing around with a mini bike, which I've heard, those Jiffy, you ever seen those Jiffy Scouts things where you take the motor?
Yep.
I've heard people using those. I think the Snow Dog is going to work really well. Our product is a little different. We don't. Truck with a 8-inch lift and 37-inch tires on one of our panels on 2 blocks of wood. Drove it up on there, and it was like, yeah, we mess around. I'm sure you guys remember the video where we backed it down into the lake to see if it float. And sure as hell, there it's at, floating in the water, one of our units.
That's awesome.
So that's what we like to do. We like to have fun. And if you guys are out there doing that stuff, share it with us. We want to see it. We want to hear those fun stories. It's not always about fishing. It's sometimes what you got to do to get there.
Yep. All right. Next up, West Michigan Fishing. Skids on the bottom is a great upgrade. More of a comment than a question, but I totally agree.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how that thing's going to work this year. I mean, it's going to be sweet. Like, just think about the concept of like not needing to lift your house to move it a few feet just because you missed that. I mean, it happened to me last year with the Beast. We were maybe 15 feet off of where we wanted to be. We didn't realize it, and we set up right on top of a big boulder, and we wanted to be off the side of the boulder. And sure enough, we cranked her up, moved it over. Well, with this thing, you don't need to. So really exciting.
It's not taking your place of a skid shack.
No.
And that's not what we're trying to do. But we're trying to simplify things. I mean, I have been there too, where we show up to fish with our friends, and we take their word, we pull up 10 feet from them, and they're not catching fish. We're not catching fish, but they pick the spot. Then we start scouting a little bit, drop a camera down there. Hey, we're buried into these weeds, but the edge of it's 10 feet from us. So crank everything up, move it 10 feet, and we're catching fish. They're not. How nice would it be to just pull your lines, start it up.
1 second. Hopefully this is a quick one. I was going to pull it up. I was going to pull up the website so you guys could have something to look at while we waited for the announcement to go by. But
in case you guys missed that, they're having their last seminar for the day. It starts at 5 o'clock.
Last seminar.
Get down, guys.
Got to come on down. Utah Mike is asking, Alex, did you pull with your wheeler last year? I pulled the Beast, so the one size smaller than this, so 2 feet shorter. I pulled with my wheeler last year. Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about one of the differences between the Beast and the Beast Extreme. Our standard Beast model weighs 1,100 pounds, and it's 14 feet. Our Beast Extreme is 16 foot and weighs 1,600 pounds. I know a lot of that weight comes from the oversized frame and the skid rails, but in all reality, if you're not going out with this, a Ranger, you're going to take this with you. You're fine.
Totally agree. Derek, I missed it. How much does it weigh? Do you think, would you say this one can fit?
It's the same 12-foot shack that we use on our Beast Sasquatch model. So we've always been comfortable fishing in this shack with 4 guys. On top of that, now those who are familiar with our Beast model, that there's always been that 2-foot rear deck. So the shack's set up 12 foot on a 14-foot trailer, step off the ice onto the deck, then step into the shack. Now we have a 4-foot deck again. So now you step off your ice onto a 4-foot deck, which allows you to put all your gear on there. You're not worried about it getting cold in that sense, and then step into your shack.
Yep, I would say
you are going to be the best person to answer that question because you overload.
I overload it.
Yep. Bring the kitchen sink. So
I do. I sure do. So here. What I would say is if you're just day tripping it and you're using it to fish out of, so everybody's got a chair, everybody's got their hole, their, Vexilar, Markham, Live Scope, whatever they have, you can get 4 guys in there. The way that it's spaced out, you can make it work with 4 guys. It will be snug. Like, you're not going to have a dance floor in the middle for you guys to dance in, but you'll be able to get all 4 guys inside, door shut, feel comfortable, be able to,
have the room to fish.
Yeah,
you're not going to be able to keep your 48 rod locker
No.
storage
No.
next to you where you're going to want
Yep.
it. But
Space for a heater and all that. So I would say
Heater.
4 is really the max for adults.
comfortably,
Comfortably, yeah. Of course, kids take up a lot less space.
right?
So
One of our first models that we ever did, the original Sasquatch, it was a 12-foot trailer with a 10-foot shack, and I would go out fishing, me and my 3 sons. So there's 4 in a 10-foot shack when we were comfortable, but they were 15, 13, and 10. So it's really how close and cuddly do you want to get?
Yes. All right. I think we drained that one good. Mike, standard hole number, or can we custom place them pre-order?
They all come standard right now with this model, 6 holes because of the beefier frame and the way it's spaced out. So we actually changed this up. You know, a lot of you guys have seen our 6-hole pattern with the little foot where it's crisscrossing 2 holes each from each other. So you have like a V pattern or a zigzag. So you'd have your front corner. So if you got your front corner of your shack right here, you got 2 shacks, 2 holes here. Then you're running 2 holes over there. Then you're running 2 holes here. That allows 2 people to fish facing this way, 1 person to fish facing that way, and then the other person to fish this way. That allows everybody to communicate in a circle without having to look backwards. We actually did 3 down the one side and then 3 down the other side. So you had 2 guys, 1 to 2 guys fishing this way, 1 to 2 guys fishing that way. We're trying that one out on this one. It's a little different. But we can start with that pattern and we can add holes to it. To cut holes into these floors is not that bad. I have a jig for it, so we can make it happen.
Good question. West Michigan Fishing is back with another question. How do you feel about a full trailer cover that ratchets for adjustable size loads? This would prevent slush and snow from traveling in while parked. Maybe an accessory option?
Possibly,
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind, if you could go into specific or details of what your thoughts and suggestions are on that, I'd love to dig into that conversation a little deeper. Go ahead and hit me up on the Facebook page, the Black Hole Outdoors, Black Hole Ice Shacks. Message us there, and I will chit chat back and forth with you on what you think. Maybe you can give me an idea of which way to start, and maybe we can put our heads together like we have on a lot of these things.
Yeah.
And see what we can come up with.
That's awesome. Good question. Philip, what are the holes made from? Just wondering if they will break if you drive a side-by-side over them.
We use Catch Cutter products. The original catch cover. They really don't ask questions. They just warranty things out.
Yeah, they have
unless you're gonna drill holes in the top of them and mount things to them, because I asked them about that.
Oh, okay.
They were like, no, Jason, you can't do that. It's like, well, I just gotta know.
Yeah, there's primarily 2 catch. I'm trying to say it without saying catch cover. Hole covers inside of your ice houses usually. It's catch cover. Otherwise, it's fish hole buddy.
Yeah, fish hole buddy.
Catch cover is the one that I prefer. I've been in ice houses with both of them. And like Jason had said, they're lifetime warranty. So you reach out to them, they may ask you questions for a couple of reasons. One, they want to know how did it break, so that way they can make it better. And sometimes they just like to know if there's a fun story behind it, but they'll always take care of you. Always.
Yeah,
and they'll tell you the same exact thing. Like, we're going to take care of you. It's a very robust process that they go through to make them as durable and heavy duty as they do. I'd encourage you to look them up, but yeah, the catch cover.
There's a reason why you could never get your hands on catch cover during COVID time, but you could always get your hands on the other products.
There you go. James Sullivan, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. What is the diameter of the poles in the Black Hole tent?
We use a 3/4 inch aluminum bow, which is your exteriors that run up and around, which your canvas is fastened to. Then we use a 1/2 inch pipe for your, I guess you could say, brace pipes, wind pipes that are placed in to give it the rigidity you need to keep it standing, and a 1/2 inch pipe that slides into the 3/4 inch pipe.
That's awesome. All right. Barry, Stove Jack approved. Is it Stove Jack approved? Do you know the wood fire stoves with the thing that the exhaust that goes through the roof or through a window? Have you had anybody do that with this?
I have not.
No.
We've been asked about it, and I know that you could possibly have a adapter made for one of the windows that goes into place that
Yeah.
gives you the rigidity. I guess I don't know if you're asking like, is it fire retardant? Yes, everything in the market has to have a fire retardant issue number to it, so like that. So it follows all those guidelines and everything else out there. But I guess I'm not quite sure. I mean, if you're gonna run a wood stove jack pipe, you're gonna want to really research what's the best way to keep that from damaging your floor and too close to your canvas, because the wood stoves are so efficient for heat and they're amazing. But you got to think about the radius of that. How close can you set that to your shack, to the outside wall, before you start to damage it?
Yep.
How high up off the ground does it have to be? You know, it's not like camping on just ice where it's going to melt. It's going to make a puddle. It's not that big of a deal. You start thinking about that, and I mean, in my eyes, the amount of work and the space that you need for that, I'm just gonna go propane.
So there you go. Do a little bit more research into it, but yeah, I think you're probably not going to want to cut through the roof on this thing. So I would look at the window option. They are removable windows, Velcro windows, so you can go ahead and
Take one
play
out,
around
have
with
a
it.
guy- Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to somebody that messes with that, even if it's a wood board, and you have the Velcro on the inside and stuff. And I don't know enough about that, but from what I will say that everything has a fire retardant and resistance properties, so it's going to follow all those guidelines.
Awesome. All right, we have got 2 questions left, and then we're gonna do the giveaway.
Oh,
All right, Alec, are the vents on the side always open, or can they be closed from the inside?
they can be closed from the inside. There is a Velcro flap on the inside to adjust them or close them. So, yes, 100% sealable.
There we go. Last question that we got here. Uresco, sorry if I butchered the name there. How long does it take to set up?
You're generally looking at 2 to 3 minutes for, we'll say 3 to 5 minutes for general setup. Like I say, and if you watch, we have some videos out there on setting it up. When we pull up to the lake and at the ramp, in the time it takes for our four-wheeler to be warmed up and ready to go, ours is set up, all our gear is in it and ready to go. As far as tearing down, you're looking at, I'd say 5 to 10 minutes. But I mean, really not bad. My son and I can really cut that time down in half, but we've been doing it a lot. So we have a little more experience in that sense.
Great.
So.
All right. Well, thank you all for the great questions. Keep them coming. You can, if you have more questions, what you can do is you can either ask them after this stream is over, because the comments, I don't remember if they go away when it's done. You can leave them here now. You can leave them after in the video, and then we can get to them in the comments after. I know a lot of people watch these videos after, so feel free to ask questions there. Otherwise, you can reach out to Jason at Black Hole Outdoors on Facebook. That's a good place to get a hold of them. Otherwise, their website, you can get their phone number, email. So there's lots of great ways to get these questions answered. I'm going to pull up the giveaway tool here, and we are going to give away the ice fishing suit, thanks to Jason. I'm going to pull it up here right now. I'm going to share. One quick second here. Boom. All right. So you should see on the screen #BlackHole. So this is a tool that we're going to use to do the giveaway here. All you need to do is go into the chat right now, enter #BlackHole, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. It will work for you. We'll give you a couple of minutes to get your entries in. So make sure to enter it in. It doesn't matter if you use a capital B or a lowercase. You just have to type in #BlackHole and you'll be entered in. Give it a couple minutes here. I see a bunch of them coming in.
Oh, yeah.
So that is exciting to see. I like Mike's comment. Nice, a front porch to sit and watch the neighbors.
And a back porch.
Yes, and a back porch. Yep, you got the V up, the V in the front, and then you've got the 4 foot in the back. Yeah, that's awesome. This is great. All right, we got 21 entries so far. We'll give it maybe a couple more seconds.
Tell you what, here's what we will do. I'll put a time on this. We are sitting at 4:55. Let's give you guys to, what do you think?
Short. Not much time left.
Let's say 4:57.
4:57.
You guys got 2 minutes to get entered into this giveaway.
All right, we're up to 23.
Get yourself a free ice suit.
That's right. Who else was saying hi? John had to work sadly today. Oh no, man. Hopefully you get off soon. Come down to the show. Keith Ellis, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Products look awesome. Watching from the deer stand.
Nice.
Yes, I think that's where maybe quite a few people are this weekend. Beautiful weather for that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know a lot of Minnesotans are still out there.
Yes. I think we got a lot of the other questions that hopped up. So I think we're going to give it another minute.
We got 24 watching. We got 24 entries.
Alex, you got to remember it gets -61 here in North Dakota. I might be picking up a pair of bins regardless. Yes,
Yeah.
that is a good idea. Jory is also in the stand.
Nice. Good luck with that, guys.
Good luck. Happy Veterans Day, brothers and sisters. Yes, I can't believe we didn't say that yet.
No, yes, thank you guys. Us at the Black Hole, huge supporter of the military, first responders. Please, thank you guys for everything you have done for us. We can't pay it forward enough. We were just approached last night. We were at Texas Roadhouse. They came in, asked us to share. They do a free meal for Veterans Day. So if you guys are near Texas Roadhouse, swing in, get yourself taken care of. They're going to feed you. Stop in. We always love to hear your stories, shake your hand. If you see me, anybody will tell you I am a huge supporter of it. HHO, all kinds of veteran stuff. So thank you guys very much. Happy Veterans Day. You guys earned it and you deserve it. I think it should be Veterans Week. That's me personally.
That's awesome. All right, guys. We're going to do the drawing. You ready? Here it goes. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? And it is John Zick is the winner.
I believe he was in the deer stand, wasn't he?
I think he was.
Yeah, I remember that picture.
Yes. All right, John, this is what you need to do. Reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram, or down below. My email is listed. Shoot me an email. What I need is your name, obviously, phone number for shipping, and then a good shipping address, and then I'll get it over to Jason here, and then we'll get it over to you. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out the other videos that I've got on the channel around the Black Hole Ice Shack. Different ways to set them up, different reviews on the different models that I've used over the years, and make sure you reach out to Black Hole Outdoors if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take it easy.
Thanks, guys.